I'm pleased to join here today with my Indiana colleague, Senator Donnelly, in introducing Winfield Ong, who's been nominated to the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Indiana. Winfield currently serves as the criminal chief of the U.S. Attorney's Office in this Southern District. I want to take this opportunity to recognize Winfield's wife, Jennifer, his two sons, Parker and David, and his brother, Cliff, here for this confirmation process, which we, both Senator Donnelly and I, hope to bring to the Senate floor as soon as possible with confirmation. The Judicial Conference of the United States has declared a judicial emergency in Indiana's Southern District, and I believe that Winfield Ong's successful career in the United States Attorney's Office makes him well qualified to fill this important role. Winfield grew up in southern Indiana, Evansville, and is a 1980 graduate of DePauw University, recognized university in the state of Indiana and nationally, where he received his BA degree in history. He received his JD degree from Lewis and Clark Law School in Oregon in 1985, and following his graduation from law school, worked at a mid-sized civil litigation firm in Portland for a while. But he returned to Indiana in 1987, where he clerked for Judge Gene Brooks in the Southern District of Indiana. And in 1989, after completing his clerkship, Winfield joined the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Indiana, serving then under then U.S. Attorney Deborah Daniels. I almost said President Daniels in Indiana at one time. We were mouthing that significantly back in 2012. This is his sister, Deborah. He started in the civil division, where he was the lead employment discrimination lawyer defending the government in dozens of cases. He was also the founder of the Office's Affirmative Civil Enforcement Program, which is one of the first efforts by the government to take the initiative as a plaintiff in matters in which individuals and entities had defrauded taxpayers. He co-chaired the Office's Healthcare Fraud Task Force. After 6 years in the U.S. Attorney's Office, Winfield took an opportunity to go into the private sector. He worked for Anthem WellPoint in Indianapolis, headquartered in Indianapolis, where he was director and counsel of the company's integrity division. However, it was not long before the U.S. Attorney's Office recruited him to return. He rejoined the office in 1995 when he began his work in the criminal division. Winfield led the asset forfeiture section and began working in the Organized Crime and Drug Enforcement Task Force. In the 2 decades since he returned as an assistant United States attorney, Winfield has worked in numerous roles throughout the office and has prosecuted and tried an incredible breadth of federal crimes. These include crimes related to drugs, robberies, immigration, child pornography, and financial fraud. In recognition of his work, Winfield has received a prestigious Director's Award from the Department of Justice, the highest award given by the DOJ to assisted United States attorneys. In 2014, Winfield was named criminal chief of the U.S. Attorney's Office, and he currently oversees this entire criminal division. And on top of his many legal and career accomplishments, Winfield is a proud husband and father. When asked about his most important achievements, he cited his time as president of his son's swim club as the accomplishment for which he is most proud. I think this kind of humility and perspective can be traced to the fact that he comes from a family dedicated to public service. Both his grandfather, Winfield K. Denton, and his great-grandfather, George K. Denton, served in the U.S. House of Representatives, representing the southwestern Indiana district. Winfield's colleagues in the legal profession of Indiana recommend him highly. It is clear to me that he has earned the respect of his peers. And in light of his qualifications, outstanding record of public service, and the ongoing judicial emergency in the Southern District of Indiana, I respectfully ask this committee that you send his nomination to the full Senate for confirmation, and trust that the Senate will act swiftly with this confirmation. Thank you.